let's talk about that reintroduction of our. We're going to go with longtime friend.
Yeah, that's good.
And
dear friend,
and dear friend and confidant.
That might be far.
Comrade Nate. So Nate Beaird, and like I said, the last time we ran into him, he was using his birthday to try to raise money for some mosquito nets to combat the lurking nighttime malaria problems that a simple net can solve.
Yeah.
And so I love a man that hijacks Christmas.
That's right.
For good reasons that serve Jesus. So you're doing Merry Christmas, Nate. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing and how you got hooked up with Wings of Refuge.
Well, that kind of goes back a couple years. For my job, I do digital media at Open Bible churches, and one of our stories was of Brandy Sliceman, who's one of the staff members at Wings of Refuge, and we were doing for our magazine, we were doing an interview with her. So she came down, we filmed her, and filmed the interview. And after we turned the cameras off, there had just been a big sex trafficking bust in the news.
Yeah.
And I said, you've got to be pretty excited about this, right? I mean, all these bad guys got, and all these victims got rescued, you know? And she said she was, but I could tell there was a little bit more.
Yeah, right.
You know? And so she goes, yes, I am excited about that, but if they don't have a bed to go to, if they don't have a place to go, then they'll probably get sucked back in,
right?
Either through coercion or just need,
yeah,
just because that's all they've known.
Yeah,
and that hit me like a ton of bricks. And so some time passed, and I had kind of been looking for something else to do, kind of like another Happy Birthday Nate.
Yep.
And nothing really was sticking with me. Nothing, like the Lord wasn't really, really punching me in the gut about anything.
Right.
You know? And after she said that, I was like, this is it.
This is the thing.
So some time passed, and I was actually in their town a little bit later for a separate project. It didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah. And
we ran into somebody that I also knew the Wings of Refuge people. And she goes, oh, yeah, they're having their board meeting. They're having their board meeting right now. And I said, are you serious? And I said, is Brandy here? And they said, yeah. And I said, I want to talk to him. So being the impromptu guy in true Nate Beaird style, I walked in on the board meeting.
Right on.
And I said, hey, my name's Nate. This is what I did for my 30th birthday. And for my 35th birthday, I want to help you guys. So you need to tell me what you need.
Yeah.
And Joy's eyes, I'd never met her before in my life. I only knew Brandy.
Yeah.
And Joy's eyes were as big as softballs. She's like, who is this maniac that just walked in and he's saying he's going to launch a campaign for us? And
yeah.
So that started our conversation. And so we'd conversate back and forth. We had group messages and we'd kind of talk about what this looks like. And then for whatever reason this year, since my last birthday, I've had 2 kids.
Right.
And so they kind of just suck all the time out of your schedule, in a good way. And I could not get the campaign off the ground. I just couldn't. It was like one roadblock after another. It was insane.
Yeah.
And finally I decided, you know what? I'm going to hijack Christmas.
Right on.
My birthday,
yeah.
Halloween. So, and then I got to thinking, Christmas is actually really perfect for this because it's about a story. It's about a guy coming to Earth to rescue those in captivity, to restore lives, to make people whole again. And I thought, how perfect is that? And so yeah, I said we're going to do Merry Christmas, Nate, and this is how the campaign's going to fit together, and with sex trafficking and with Christmas, and that's kind of the short of it. But
right on.
Yeah.
So what's the goal here?
Okay, so the goal is they have one location that's in a small Iowa town, which is really kind of perfect for sort of getting out of that lifestyle, for a participant to sort of detox and get out of that lifestyle and sort of just have no other nothing else on their plate but just sort of being restored.
Yeah.
But that same small town that is sort of like their safe place, it restricts them after a while when they want to grow more.
Sure.
When they want to, because the whole goal of restoration is to live an independent life.
Yeah.
So when they start to want to maybe go back to school, when they want to get a job, when they want to get a car, or any of these things,
Yeah.
a small town just can't offer that stuff like
Right.
Uber or Lyft or public transit or community colleges, that sort of thing, or
Yep.
a very just tons of job opportunities, waitressing and
Sure.
clerks and all that stuff. So a town like Des Moines is perfect because it's not a huge town, but it's got a lot of the amenities that a big town would have.
Sure.
So the idea is that they would have a second location where when a participant is ready to pursue those things, they would go to this second location that would be in or around the greater Des Moines area.
Yep.
And they would have those things like Uber or Lyft or whatever, so they can go get a job, they can go to school, they can do the things that they need to do to have an independent life.
Yep.
And so that's really what I'm trying to do. So $750,000 is the goal, and I know it's a lot, but that's the goal. I mean,
Yeah. All right.
it doesn't make any sense for me to try to raise $5,000 when $750,000 is needed.
Yep.
So I said the other night, if you need 15 yards for a first down, you don't throw a 3-yard pass. And so this is the goal, and this is what I'm going for.